Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, it's Carol Baskin at Big Cat Rescue, and oh my catness, it's cold here, so I don't know how long I or my battery will last in this freezy weather here in Florida, but we wanted to give you one last chance to see the cats here at Big Cat Rescue on Giving Tuesday, and I thought I was going to be so clever because I thought Alethea would surely be under her platform. Where did she go? She's usually right there under that coolaroo. I want to thank everybody who has donated today. Giving Tuesday is one of our biggest fundraising days of the year. We have there she is, hi. We have our annual appeal that's in the summer. We have Giving Tuesday in November. And then there's Give Day next year, like in March or May, I forget. Those are like our 3 big giving days of the year. So it really is important to us that those donations come in on these 3 days, that we put as much effort as we can into raising money to take care of these cats. As a lot of you guys know, our cats are moving to Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge. This morning, Max and Marianne, Sue and Lakota, Kelowna and Dryden, Ariel and Val all left for Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge, and we're going to miss them, but I have been enjoying the new cameras. The Explore cameras at Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge are on our cats Jasmine, Duchess, Aria, and Max. And hopefully they will get such good feedback from all of you, because you have been wonderful to us on our cameras, that we're hoping, I'm wondering if she'll let me get any closer, we're hoping you will give them lots and lots of love for putting their cats on camera. It's kind of exposing to a sanctuary to let people see everything that happens, which is what we've done here. But we found that our donors really love that, and we are so happy that Scott and Tanya are doing that at Turpentine Creek and let you guys see everything that's happening with our cats. So if that goes well, I would love to see like all of our cats have cameras on them. That would be so fun. That way we could all stay in touch with them. Are you being adorable, Alethea? You're so adorable. What's under that piece of grass? What is it? You're staying warm. Don't get our paws all tucked in. So we still have 20 cats here at the sanctuary. We have 2 caracals, 5 servals, and 2 hybrids. And the rest are bobcats, whatever that adds up to. I can't believe she's laying out in the open either. It's very overcast, so I think she's got her solar panels out trying to catch every little last scrap of sunshine to heat her up. When she gets to Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge, they have buildings that are 30 by 16. So this building here, whoops, that we used to have for intern housing is 40 feet long from there down to the end, and I think it's probably 16 feet wide. So if you can imagine, a building that size is the home for 2, count them, 2 servals. And that's just their indoor house where it's heated all the time. And then they have yards that are like 2,000 square feet. So it's going to be amazing, Alethea. You're going to love it there. Absolutely going to love it. I see Deb saying that we don't announce. So, like, we don't announce exactly when our cats are leaving or who's leaving, because there are still haters out there that would do everything they could to make it difficult for the people on the trip, might even cause harm to the cats. There's some vicious, vicious people still out there running free. Hopefully that won't be true for long. They'll all end up in jail where they belong. But we have to be careful about when we make those announcements, even within our own family here and the people we love and trust so much, our volunteers and staff. We try to keep as much of it under wraps as we can until they are safely on their way, and then we don't post along the way where they actually are. They might post along the way, but you can bet they haven't been there in a while, because they're not going to let the haters harm the cats. We're going to always put the cat's safety first. Cyrus here got some enrichment earlier. You can see his turkey is still out here, but I don't see a Cyrus to go with it. I see the ibis tree is full of ibis, and there goes Ginger. I know from chasing her around this morning, because we were, well, not this morning, it was probably about 2 o'clock, they were giving enrichment to her. And she just wanted to stay as far from the camera as she could. Hi, Hutch. Here's Hutch Serval. He's still, his popsicle is still not melted because it's cold. Got all your paws tucked in. So weirdly enough, it's going to be warmer for the cats once they get to Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge than it is for them here. Because out here, where the Servals are, they have hay, but they don't have heated dens. And none of these cats are super old, so they don't even have heating pads. But up there, they have temperature-controlled houses, and they have cages inside those houses. And then they'll have the 2,000 square foot yards. I smell a fox. Where is that fox? I can smell him. I've been smelling him all day. Deb says, can we reach $500 on this live? So far we've reached 100. So I didn't know you could actually track that, but that would be absolutely amazing. If we could make this a $500 goal on this live, that would make me feel really happy. Yeah, love reaching goals. Our biggest goal was to end the horrible practice of cub petting and private ownership of big cats. And we spent 20 plus years working on it and finally got that done. And boy, did that feel good. It's because of that that there are not a lot of big cats in need of rescue anymore, because there aren't literally hundreds of cubs being bred, used as photo props, and then discarded every year. That was why there was a need for so many sanctuaries to rescue big cats. And it used to be that there just wasn't enough room at the end. Ooh, nice jump. Yeah, nicely done, Nala. Very nice. That was beautiful. But now there are plenty of big cat sanctuaries out there that are accredited by the Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries. That would include places like Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge and Wildcat Sanctuary and lions, tigers, and bears. Really, really good places that have enough space to take in these big cats. And so by being able to take our cats to Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge, that enables us to sell the property that we're on, which is really valuable property, and take that money to take care of cats in the wild where they belong. So we'll be funding a lot more conservation programs than we ever did before. In the past, we did about $100,000 a year, and we're thinking we can do 5, maybe 10 times that much now every year. So that can make a really big difference and stave off extinction for a lot of wildcats. But we still have to raise money to take care of the cats that we're sending to Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge. We've obligated ourselves to pay for their care for the rest of their lives and to build their enclosures at Turpentine Creek in the Freedom Field. So it's been really, really expensive, but man, it's going to be worth it. Absolutely worth it. And you guys are going to just love it as they install more. I hope they install more Explore cams, and you get to enjoy 4 tigers, which here I think the most you could usually ever see were 3 on the Explore cams because of the way they were positioned on the property. Now you got 4 there, and because their cages they're not square, but they're not like ours, so they've got a lot more space that you can see the cats. I think you're really, really going to enjoy that. Hey there, Zukari. You staying warm? Yeah? You playing? I'm playing. Oh, I want to do something crazy, like pee on you. That will be fun. That will be so fun. Everybody's so frisky because of the cold. Hey. Are you showing off for Giving Tuesday? You gonna sneak up on me? I see you sneaking. You're so sneaky. Yeah, he's got the zoomies, Marcy. Gotta go mark everything. Kathy, you're absolutely right. They are loving the open spaces and the sunshine, and it's just been so lovely all day long. I've had those 4 links up on my computer and just going back and forth between all of our cats there on the live Explore cams. And tonight, I'm not sure what time. I have it on my calendar for 7, I think, maybe 8. But I'm not sure if that's Eastern time or Central time, because they're on Central time and we're on Eastern time. But anyway, tonight, be sure and check out Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge. They have a fireside chat that you can sign up for, and they'll be talking about Giving Tuesday and all of the stuff that they've got going on. You're so silly. Gosh, you're silly. Kathy says at 7 p.m. Central Time is their fireside chat. And I think you have to sign up ahead of time. So be sure and go to their website, find that link, or go to their Facebook page and find that link, and be sure that you sign up for it. Cheryl says the donate is not working. So when you go to bigcatrescue.org/Tuesday, you can make a donation to Giving Tuesday. Or I just put a link in this video, and I don't know if that's the one that's not working. And Deb says, Cheryl, you should refresh and try it again. So maybe when it first goes live, it's not connected, right? I don't know. Whoa, we're crazy. Crazy. Wasn't expecting such a show from Zucari. I have to stand close to the wire so that you don't have wire in your shot, but I have to also be watching him to get out of his way in case he comes flying up on me. And he's gone. Where'd you go, crazy cat? I just know he's going to come flying out of that grass. Bree, he is a fun cat to be around. He's always been one of the younger cats here at the sanctuary, and as a result, he's been a lot more energetic than most of our elderly cats. All right, maybe he's done. Or maybe he's waiting for me to turn my back. That's more likely the case. Cheryl says it was the Facebook link that wasn't working. Did anybody else try to donate on Facebook and have the same problem? We've always tried our best to send a thank you note to everyone who donates. Sometimes the ones through Facebook can take us a while because of the way Facebook reports, and a lot of times Facebook doesn't give us any kind of information, so we can't even send you a thank you note. But if you do your donations at bigcatrescue.org/Tuesday, that captures your mailing information so that I can send you a thank you note. And, well, actually, so that somebody here at Sanctuary can send you a thank you note. But if your donation is $500 or more, you get a thank you note handwritten by me, and I send you a little video thanking you. So if you've never been a $500 donor and didn't know that, and you maybe gave $450, if you bump it up to $500, then you'll get a thank you note from me and also a thank you video. There's the ibis tree. It's that time of year again. It's going to be a long walk to the next cats. I apologize to anybody who is anxious to see another cat, because it's going to be a long way around the corner here. I think maybe, excuse me, the first one I might come to is Lovey. And Lovey is behind that shed on the far side of the lake there, so it's going to take me a while to walk around. Deb says she's enjoying just going on a walk. I didn't bring my stabilizer either. I apologize. Everything is kind of dead. That sound was a cormorant, that black bird that just flew by. Those Canada geese are not real Canada geese. Those are holding up a pipe that runs water into these ponds. And you might be wondering, why on earth are you still running water into the tiger ponds? There aren't any tigers there. But it's because that would turn into like a mosquito-infested cesspool if it weren't running water. So we got to keep them running, or fill them in, or bust out a hole so they don't hold water. Something to that effect. I'm cold. Yeah, those whistling ducks, Howie was looking at them this morning and he was like, those are just the cutest little ducks. He had never seen them up close like that. They used to hang out in the lake. And now for some reason, well, I know the reason, they love Gail's house because she's got all those squirrel feeders, or bird feeders, and the squirrels knock all the seeds onto the ground. And so the ducks are loving that. And then they've migrated over to the party house. So that's how he got a good look at them and saw how absolutely adorable they are. Daniel Shiloh is still here. Hope to be able to see him. Yeah, Deb, I think those were the babies we were looking at earlier. They just had that baby duck look, even though they were almost full size. Kathy, that really was a great entrance to the sanctuary. She's talking about Easy Street, and if you've never been here, it's a quarter of a mile long, and you're like right at mall and these restaurants and hubbub of a city, and you drive down this dirt road that was covered in trees, and by the time you got to the end of the quarter mile road to our gate, your whole demeanor had changed. You'd just been like out of the rat race and into a blissful setting. Nothing could compare to that, I don't think. I thought I saw the shape of a bobcat in here. Did I see the shape of a bobcat in there? If I did, she moved. Where are you? I'm looking for Lovey. Looking for Lovey in all the wrong places. Alright, you guys, tell me if you see her. I'm watching all these roots I'm having to pick through. In case we don't see her, that's what she looks like. She's very pretty. She has that Elvis look. A little bit of a snarl. I don't see her. It was a pretty exciting day for the cats. Lots and lots going on next door to everybody who's still here. We got Mrs. Claus and Summer up here. Oh, isn't she lovely? Yes, I got that song in my head too now. Thank you. do I do with those pictures and signs when the cats pass away? If you're talking about the donor signs, we usually offer them to the donors, and the cats who are still alive, their signs are going with them to Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge. So any donors who had purchased signs for the cat cages, those will be going with those cats. Typically, after those signs have been hanging outside for a couple of years, they start getting really cruddy. They don't look so bad at a distance, but up close, it's not something you would want in your house, I don't think. Well, where is everybody? Are we all snugged in for the night? Hi. Hey, missus. Hello there, my pretty. I'm sorry I do not have a thing for you. You just have the cutest little tail. Yes, you do. It's a cutie. Got a cutie tail. They're training her to go in a crate to make it easier to catch her when it's time for her to go. You're so smart. Yeah, nobody else wanted to use their crates. I was gonna see if Summer was up here. Are you in the den? No? Thank you for coming up. Very sweet of her. Never know who you're gonna get with her. Oh, hi. Hey, Summer. Oh, so scary. You're very scary. You scared me so bad. Yeah. Does the hood scare you? I'll take it off. How's that? Now you know who I am. Who's that lady? Who's that lady? Oh, man. Think we could teach you to go in a crate? I don't know about that. I don't know if you would do it. Hi. Yes. You're very, very precious. Somebody asked if there's roofs over the pens. Not sure if they meant here or there. Here, yes. And there, yes, for the small cats. And that's part of what has taken so long. We thought all of these cats would have been moved by last October. And it turned out to be a much bigger ordeal to put a roof on a 2,000 square foot square cage. And so that has taken a lot of time. They ran out of material, or waiting for more material to finish up the small cats. The big cats all have open air cages. So our tigers there, their cages range in size from about 15,000 square feet to 20-something thousand square feet. So from about 1/4 of an acre to 1/2 an acre each. Very nice. The tigers each have an area that is roofed. They call it their night house, even though they aren't locked up at night. It was a holdover from way back when that was the rule in Arkansas, that all cats had to be locked up at night. But thankfully, Scott and Tanya worked with their state to get that rule reversed, because that was a stupid rule, huh? That's when we're most active. We don't want to be locked up then, huh, Smalls? They're Smalls. Hi. You're so precious. You're my precious girl. She's a little mad. We have locked her away from her big concrete den because we need to be able to catch her. And that would be impossible if she ran into that den. So we're trying to get her used to a little bit less space. And you can see the doors open over where she's heading. Eventually we will shut that door because we don't want to chase her on that catwalk up there. Afton and I have done that before, and it's not fun. So if we can get her used to staying in this last part of her cage. Thank you for showing me all 4 rooms of your cage. then there's nothing in there for us to have a cat fall down on our face from. Oh, you're being so precious. So very precious. Oh, sweet. Sweet Smalls. Liz Green says, Jasmine was on patrol at 5:30 and sacked out later. Yeah. They would much rather be out when it's dusk, you know? Not the middle of the night usually, but dusk and dawn. Filmo hasn't been happy about any of the commotion today, so he has pretty much stayed hidden. But Shiloh, there's Shiloh, Dan. Yeah, hi. Oh, somebody got a turkey. Shiloh got a turkey. Paper turkey. Getting your steps in to stay warm. Yeah. Gotta stay warm. I've been talking about the African cats and the amazing heated buildings that they're getting, but I have failed to mention that all of the bobcats will have heated dens. And the dens are, in fact, they did a fundraiser. I think it was very smart of Lawana to say people would love to buy the heaters for those dens. And so they ran a fundraiser, and a bunch of people jumped in and bought heaters for the dens. And they're especially made for that kind of a den. So it'll be a nice, cozy thing for the cats to go into. The dens that I'm talking about for the bobcats are about the size of that feeding lock out there. So you can see there's plenty of room for the bobcats who live in pairs. They'll each have one to themselves if they want, but if they want to snuggle, there's plenty of room in there for two cats. So they can do that, or they can change different houses. They can have a vacation house and or a morning house and an evening house for the cats who live in pairs. And for the cats who are single and don't have anybody to snuggle with, they'll have cages about that size that they can go in that are heated for them, or they can have the big 2,000 square foot open areas. It'll be up to them. Liz says she needs to go inside because it's 26 degrees in Anderson, Indiana. Oh, man. And I'm starting to lose my voice and starting to cough. So I think, let me see. I thought we got some time with Flint and Nabisco earlier when Afton was doing her live. I don't know whether or not Beecher and Diablo were visible, so I'm going to do them and call it a night. Hi, Beecher. Hello. Hello, hello. So you can see this is a smaller den, or feeding lockout, but it's plenty big enough for a cat to stay in, to stay warm. Are you purring? Do I hear little purrs? Are you purring because of everybody who donated today for Giving Tuesday? Yeah, we had, I think, a $7,000 match early on. We've already exceeded that match number now. But thank you, everybody who donated that match money. You know who you are. Big donors. And then everybody who benefited from that match by making smaller donations but getting them matched. That meant a lot to a lot of people. So, and it meant a whole lot to the cats and to me. So thank you very, very much for doing that. And even those who have made donations after the match ran out. It makes your heart feel good. I was listening to 2 books by Tony Robbins recently. One called Money, Master the Game. And because I'm looking at stock market investments, that's something I've never done before, and I wanted to know more about it. I've always invested in real estate, but I wanted to know more about stock market. So been listening to that, and then the shortened version of that book is called Unshakable. both of them are excellent books. I think I may give those books to people for Christmas this year because I was so impressed with how good they were. But he was talking about in the book how they've done so many studies of what makes people happy. And really, if you think about everything that you do in your life, all of the effort that you put into your job or your schooling or your social life, everything is because you want to be happy. And what all of the studies show is that the way people feel the happiest is when they're giving to others. And especially when you're giving to these precious animals who they've just never had any control over their lives. All of the horrible things that have happened to them. And for those of us who want to provide sanctuary for them, we can't do it without you. You guys are what makes the difference for these cats. And so I want to thank everybody who has donated to helping with these cats. And, you know, even those who can't afford to donate, you're still sharing their stories. You're helping people out in the comments. All of that is so very important. All right, I'm not seeing Diablo. I just don't see him anywhere. But all of that is really so helpful. And another thing that he said that I thought was so interesting when I say those who can't afford to donate, probably like 99.9% of the people who are listening right now actually can afford to donate something. And they may feel like that something isn't enough to make it worthwhile. But he was saying, Tony Robbins was saying when he was talking about people building up a portfolio of wealth, and he was saying, once you're a billionaire, you're not going to donate millions of dollars to charity if you are the kind of person who, if you only have $5 to your name, isn't donating some percentage of that to somebody other than yourself. And I thought, you know, that's really a good point. Hi, you guys are going to end this live because you are so precious. Here's Flint, and Nabisco just walked off. Ooh, don't get your feet wet. It's very, very cold. It's being able to give when you don't have anything at all that puts you in the mindset of feeling like you have more than enough. And it's gratitude for everything that you have, that feeling of having enough, that brings everything else into your life. And I can tell you from my own perspective how true that is. I have been dead broke poor before, but even then I wanted to be sure that I was always giving to others as much as I could. And that was the way my parents raised me. And it's given me that feeling of being safe in the world, that it's okay to help others, especially in my case, to be able to help animals, even when I couldn't afford to do so. That has given me the ability to really be able to afford to do so, because I think it all starts with your mindset, and your mindset has to be that you are always going to attract wealth into your life, and you're always going to share that wealth with those who have less. So whatever your chosen charity is, I would urge you to give to the best of your ability and experience that joy that you get from that, and the wealth that is returned to you by virtue of the fact that you know you can do it. So thank you, everybody who has donated today, throughout the year, everybody who will continue to take care of these cats as they move on with their journey. I can't say enough good about you guys. You're amazing. You're amazing, Flint. Yes, just like your donors are so amazing. Was that fun? Did you scare me? You scared me. You did. You absolutely did. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nabisco. You better go find Flint. Better go get him.